Well, hello there, friends. On this lovely Sunday, December 3rd, 2017, it's early noon. Weather is pretty good today. Pretty good. It is day 79 of NOFAP and more importantly, day 72 of no alcohol and a low-carb diet. I hope that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and remainder of your November. It's already December 3rd. It's, like I've said before, the last quarter of the year. It's gonna go by fast, and especially December. December definitely feels like the remaining table scraps of the year. Don't blink, because it's gonna go by extremely fast. So what's going on? Sorry for not really making any videos. Combination of just not very motivated because I feel like didn't really have anything of value to say, and you try to record something but just wouldn't come out right. So, and the other thing is still getting over that Thanksgiving cold. It seemed like things were getting better. And then it turned into you'd feel fine during the day for the most part, but that when it came time to sleep, you'd just start having these endless coughing fits and couldn't really sleep. The first few days, I think, at about 4 a.m., from sheer exhaustion, you'd finally fall asleep a little bit for 5 hours or so, if even that. And then that Friday night, I was sort of trying to fall asleep, and you just twist and turn, try to find some sort of position on the bed that it seemed like it wasn't aggravating something enough. Nothing seemed to help, and you kind of lay there. You're in this weird sort of half asleep, half awake state, coughing, and you're like, oh, it's probably not that late. Probably eventually I'll fall asleep, and before you know it, you can sort of hear parents waking up and all that, and it's like, oh shit, it's already like 7 in the morning. So you've literally just been half asleep, half awake for the entire night, and I knew, alright, it was definitely time to do something. So I finally went to the doctors, and I'm not one of those people who at the first sign of getting sick, oh, I need to go immediately go get pills and this and that. It's sort of like, alright, well, let's see how long this lasts. Can I just sort of naturally get over it? But after about 4 nights of not being able to sleep, it's okay, it's not coughing anything up either. So I got some of these pills to take during the day, and some pretty serious hydrocodone or something syrup to take at night. And finally, for the first time last night, was able to go to bed and actually fall asleep, since I didn't have these huge coughing fits, and feels like my throat finally is recovering from coughing so much. So that was fun. You take the over-the-counter stuff. Oh, Delsum, blah blah, whatever, and you mostly just look at the ingredient list and you're like, alright, well, there's all this artificial sugar and bullshit in it. I hope it doesn't screw up my diet too much, but I gotta make the exception if Got to deal with this cough, and no, nothing seems to help. So, of course, you then need to go take a going to go get the stuff that actually works. So despite all of it, folks, despite all of it, I did not use it as an excuse to cheat on anything. You know, when you get sick, it's very easy to, I'll go get a whole bunch of like canned soups and shit. And who cares? I'm sick. What does it matter anyway, right? But I did not. Not even being sick did I allow myself to use that as an excuse. You know, it's purely whatever artificial shit was in the cough syrups that didn't really help at all. But other than that, I did not cheat. Which I've done in the past before. You know, you get sick, suddenly it's like, oh, just everything goes out the window. All you want to do is kind of lay in bed, take medicine, eat a bunch of shitty food. Who cares? So what I did was I bought this sort of organic chicken broth, low sodium, which has basically nothing in it other than, like, in the entire box, like 80 calories, but no fat, like 1 protein, no carbs. So I pour a bit of that into a little saucepan, heat it up, and drink that as sort of a soup. Tried to make some stews too, with just sort of meat, water, seasoning, and a little bit of onion, garlic, and carrots. I had that a few days, but even that kind of stuff I just don't have the taste for, honestly. I've truly just sort of gained a taste for steak or ground beef, eggs, a little bit of butter, a little bit of vegetables, and that's pretty much it. Everything else just don't really care for anymore. So I definitely, as of a few days ago, I did weigh myself. I was at about 237 pounds. So despite everything, folks, despite the sickness and all that, it appears that I am still losing weight. And like I said, thankfully, because I did not decide to use the situation as an excuse. You do have this, it's how many carbs are in this carrot, blah, blah, but no, just sticking to it. And I did exercise. Once my body didn't feel bad, it was just mostly the coughing. I did go back to strength training and have even made progress. The only thing I did not do is cardio, just because when I'm sick, when I start to, when you start to sweat and stuff, I just don't feel good. So I didn't want to push it there. The strength training was enough for now until I'm completely over it. Then I will do the cardio. I don't know. It's just sort of how my body feels. So we'll see how it goes. But now that I can actually sleep, we'll see. So, and definitely this morning, folks, it's probably the first time I could say, starting this dieting and exercise, where I kind of looked in the mirror and it was like, oh, the change in your body seems to finally hit you, of like, wow, I do feel like I've actually lost weight and can sort of notice it now. And it's gotten to the point where my mom will make comments about it. And some of these polos that I would wear, where they're definitely, it's not so much that it's small, but it clearly is making use of all the space. Now sort of in the stomach, it definitely hangs down. So that's been very good to see. And little by little, you know, this belt that I keep wearing, that's on the smallest notch there, just less and less is adequate. So I would say I'm much more happy and feel that it's more important with the cleaning up what I eat and exercise versus necessarily the NOFAP stuff. But who knows? Who knows? It's the, I don't know, maybe the chicken and the egg situation. So I've said before, it's at least a start of something, but it can't be the only thing that you do. Because in and of itself, I think it's a meme. If that's all purely just, oh, I don't fap and that's it, you know, eventually it will be, if that's all it is, you know, it definitely is going to be not that rewarding, where other things have to follow that you gain control of too. Cravings, this and that, folks, not really anymore. Not really anymore. It's pretty much gone at this point. There is zero desire to want to go get drunk or get a pizza or anything like that. It's a very freeing feeling, honestly. It really is. So, you know, you do ask yourselves, like, did I really make the highlight of my evenings in the past? Oh, you finish off work, go get a 6-pack, some fried chicken or something like that, get drunk, stuff yourself with this shitty food, find something good on YouTube, blah blah. You know, was that really what I was into? I kind of knew. This happened recently. I kind of knew. Sorry if you hear grumbling. I just took one of the cough pills before starting video, so it's digesting. Yeah, as ironically as I cough too. So kind of knew that, you know, while I may be a little off and shaky, but going in the right direction with everything. Honestly, it was this Friday, because I was at work and decided to check out, you know, an up-and-coming famous YouTuber, Eggy. I see that he's drinking whiskey, throwing up or something like that, and it was just like, oh man, what are you doing, Eggman? What are you doing? And you know what I did with my time? This is not a call out or anything, but you know what I did, folks, with my time. Previously in the past, you know, what would your Friday be? Get some beer, get some this, play some video games, right? You know what I did instead? After finishing my shift at work on Friday, I went and I worked out. And you came home, you know, I went to my little cuck gym, worked out, came home, and you feel good in that, yeah man, this this is it. This is it. I am definitely, your aim might be a bit off, but it's in the general, it's in a good direction. So sticking to it. Sticking to it. Maybe it's one of those things, folks, that perhaps this is a moment where I have to admit that I was wrong. Where I sort of said, oh, if I get in shape, what'll it really change? Starting to think that, maybe there's something to this idea of truly getting your health under control, getting some of the shitty habits under control, getting in shape and sort of slowly seeing your body look better and better, and like, oh wow, that's awesome. So perhaps, I'm already having some satisfaction from what I've just seen. If I keep at it, how much more will happen? So perhaps I was wrong. So despite me sometimes thinking, what'll it matter? What difference will it make? I'm not giving up, and I'm sticking to it. And maybe this is the thing that leads you, you get control of this, and you're like, well, shit, man, that was awesome. Like, what else can I actually start doing? So we shall see. We shall see. Moving forward, rather than endlessly looking back, I should say, stopping and moving back. Maybe that is the key for now, or always the key. On Monday, I took my mom to several doctor's visits for just kind of regular stuff. I actually sort of enjoyed it. It was a little one-on-one, just some personal time with mom, just to sit and chat and drive around and stuff like that. It wasn't fun per se, because, there's nothing quite like filling out endless paperwork that all asks the same stuff, long sits in the waiting rooms, blah blah. But there's one moment where we drove by kind of where I went to college, and you start like, oh shit, oh, that's where I went to school, and inevitably you do the like looking back, hindsight is 20/20 thing, where it's like, oh gee, I wonder what it would have been like if I had done this or that. And the reality of like, oh, that was like 12 plus years ago too. At this point, that feels like it was just yesterday. And that sort of weird mood you get in, but I don't know, sitting here right now, just looking at I think this morning, it really, like I said, with the weight loss and stuff, where it really hits you like, wow, I have actually progressed on something and I can see it now. And I hate to say the words, but it actually sort of feels great. It actually sort of feels great. Oh man. Which is the reverse of stopping there, feeling sorry for yourself and looking at the past, and of course the if I had done this or that, how would things have turned out? I guess if anything, I'm proud of myself for pushing through all of these sort of pitfalls that come when you try to progress on something, because it really is. I've talked about this, but I can really see it now that I've actually stuck to something for, like 2.5 months, that it truly, there's always something. There's always something, and you can use that as an excuse. Oh, it's the holidays. And like I said, I know I treated I did cheat on Thanksgiving, but that was deliberate. It just taught me that, I don't care for this the same way that I used to, but it's always something. Oh, it's the holidays. It's somebody's birthday. Or, oh, I'm sick. Oh, I've been trying to be good on this and this, and I got sick, so now I might as well cheat on everything. Or, oh, my lower back is bothering me, or that's bothering me, or this is happening. When you start to improve something, it's just seemingly out of nowhere. All of these endless things that pop up that you can use as an excuse. Oh, it's mom's birthday. Oh, it's dad's birthday. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. And I'm really proud of myself for pushing through all of it, because I feel like it's, this is basically it. This is basically how it is. The moment is seemingly almost never perfect, where you're always going to feel, you're going to have this really long stretch of time where you're going to feel great without any ailments, without any things, kind of popping up at work that's sort of on your mind, or something in life, blah, blah. And you're just going to be able to put all your focus into something you want to do, and you're just going to be super excited about it too. It's just like the movies. You see that you've been wrong on something, and you realize now you have to change. So it becomes this montage where you're just like, Mr. Go Get Him there. There are a little bit of that, but most of it truly is just sort of same old boring day where you have to decide to do something or not to do it. And something will seemingly always come along that's going to be tugging on your mind, that you're going to like, oh, it's such a stressful this, I just need to take my mind off of it by getting drunk, right? No, I'm afraid no more. I'm afraid no more. Oh, you keep making excuses, you keep goofing off, and your entire life will go by. And then you're sitting there asking, what happened? Right? What happened? Who am I? What the hell did I even do? What the hell did I even do? Have I really just been getting around to doing things for years, for so long? My dad was supposed to start dieting, I feel like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, okay, I'm finally ready to start. Maybe I should do the same thing. Maybe I should eat meat and vegetables too. So he's doing the whole, oh, I'm thinking about getting around to starting something. It's this whole, I'm waiting for the feeling to strike me where I feel like the moment is perfect, but it never is. And as you can imagine, the recumbent bike is still in my room. He hasn't done shit. I feel like it will probably have to get to the point where, like, more months will have to go by and they'll have to see that what I'm doing is working, and I will have lost even more weight when it's really that dramatic, that I think maybe then he will be, oh shit. Maybe I really need to do this. But we'll see. Ultimately, I think we all know, for a lot of it, it's not for lack of information or anything. It's sort of our choice to do something or not to do it. And to deal with the long moments and periods of time of seemingly boringness, this and that. How much longer, folks? How much longer? Yeah, how much longer this video gonna be? He's like saying the same thing. Ugh. Think I'm on the right track, folks. I think I'm on the right track. And perhaps, a part of it is having to say that I was probably definitely wrong. And so it does come down to, how long are we going to keep focusing on dumb shit? It's inevitable to focus on dumb shit. But you only have so much time in a day and so much energy. How large of a percentage of that is going to be you and I focusing on dumb shit? Including dumb shit on YouTube. Alright, folks, on that note, we'll probably end the video. and good luck, and hail victory.